All right, let's be real for a second. Have you ever been there, staring at your code, pulling your hair out over a bug, only to realize, like 10 minutes later, that you just capitalized a letter wrong in a variable name? Oh man, it's the worst feeling. Well, today we're going to get to the bottom of exactly why that happens. We're going to tackle a core concept in JavaScript that, once you master it, will save you so much frustration down the line. So yeah, let's kick things off with that one annoying bug. You know the one. We've all been there. Because honestly, this is a feeling every single developer, from beginner to pro, knows all too well. It's that sheer frustration over a bug that just seems so simple. It shouldn't even be a bug in the first place. I mean, seriously, who hasn't wasted 10 minutes, or let's be honest, maybe even longer, on a bug that was just a simple typo? You're going through your logic, everything looks perfect, you're questioning your sanity, and then you see it. One tiny, misplaced capital letter. It's like a rite of passage for coders, right? But it's also totally something we can get better at avoiding. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the interview question. And this is super important because understanding this isn't just about saving yourself from a headache while debugging. Nope. This concept is so fundamental to JavaScript that it's one of those classic questions they'll hit you with in a technical interview. It's a simple but really effective way for them to check if you've got your fundamentals down. And here it is, the big question. It's simple, it's direct, and it cuts right to the heart of how JavaScript actually works. Ready for it? Is JavaScript case sensitive? You'd be surprised how many people stumble on this. So what do you think? What's the real answer? All right, let's not beat around the bush. Let's get right to the short and simple answer. The big reveal is JavaScript is case sensitive. There's no sometimes or depends. It's a hard and fast rule, and it's one you absolutely need to burn into your brain. So the answer is a big, fat yes, 100%. In JavaScript, uppercase and lowercase letters are treated as completely different characters. End of story. The best way to think about it is like a password, right? If your password is password123 with a capital P, you can't log in with password123 all lowercase. The computer is super literal. It sees those as two totally different things. And this means MyVariable and MyVariable are not the same thing, not even close. To the JavaScript engine, these might as well be apple and orange. They are two completely separate, distinct variables. If you create one, you can't just call the other and expect it to work. JavaScript's just going to be like, sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. So you might be wondering, where does this apply? Just variables? Nope. It's everything. We're talking variable names, function names, object keys, pretty much any name or identifier you create in your code. It's all case sensitive. Now, the good news is modern code editors and tools called linters are awesome at catching these little mistakes for you. But you can't rely on them. You still need to know the rule cold. Okay, talk is cheap, right? Theory is one thing, but let's see some code in action. We're going to walk through a super simple real-world example to see exactly how this trips people up and, breaks their code. All right, step one, we're going to declare a variable. We'll use let username equals Faizan. See that? We're using what's called camel case, which is super common in JavaScript. The first word is lowercase, and then the N in name is capitalized. So far, so good? Everything's perfect. Okay, step two. Now we want to use that variable. Let's try to print it out with console.log username. Uh-oh. See what happened? Look really closely. We typed username with a lowercase n. Now, you and I were smart. We know exactly what we meant. But what does the computer see? This right here is the key. This is how JavaScript sees the world. On the left, you have the variable that actually exists in memory, username with the capital N. But on the right, you have the variable you asked for, username with a lowercase n. To the JavaScript engine, these two are completely unrelated. They are two totally different variables. And so, what's the result? Boom, you get an error. Specifically, a reference error, username is not defined. This is JavaScript's way of yelling at you, saying, hey, you told me to find something called username, but I've looked everywhere and I can't find it. It doesn't exist. The computer has absolutely no way of guessing that you actually meant the one with the capital N. Okay, so let's talk about why this matters. You might be thinking, this seems really basic. And you're right, it is. But that's exactly why it's so important. This goes way beyond just avoiding simple errors. Getting this right is a hallmark of a careful, professional developer. So let's wrap this up. What are the key takeaways? First, being super consistent with your capitalization makes your code clean, readable, and predictable. That's huge when you're working on a team. Second, and this is the big one for your own sanity, it will literally save you so much time you would have wasted debugging silly typos. And finally, knowing your fundamentals like this means you can walk into a technical interview with confidence, ready to absolutely crush it. All right, so now I want to hear from you. And be honest. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever wasted way too much time hunting down a bug that turned out to be just a simple case mistake? Let us know your war stories. Seriously, we've all been there, and sharing these moments helps remind us we're all in this together. Thanks so much for tuning in.